Hey guys, my name is Brian and welcome to Overwatch Central. Today, we're gonna be talking about fairy hero bugs on the current patch 1.27. We'll discuss the 2 bugs on Hammond and 1 on Winston, so without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting off with Hammond, these 2 bugs were introduced to us by the popular Overwatch coach, YouTuber / streamer Jayne, so make sure you check him out if you haven't yet. But the first bug is related to the damage fall off on Hammond. Normally the maximum amount of damage you can deal when you pile drive is 100, but only if you land exactly on the target. Targets within a 10-meter radius of the pile drive should receive incrementally less damage, the minimum being 20 damage. However, pile driving on multiple targets on the current patch has no fall off damage. All targets receive the maximum amount of damage you have dealt, so if you deal the closest target, for example 50 damage, everyone else in the 10-meter radius will receive the same amount of damage. A point Jayne forgot to mention in his video is the fact that the pile driver also deals knockback, which is supposed to have fall off as well, but it doesn't. So targets furthest away from you will be knocked back the same amount as the targets nearest to you. The second Wrecking Ball bug relates to multiple instances of damage being applied if you pile drive onto slopes or complex geometry, like the payload. So the maximum amount of damage Hammond applies will go from being 100 to suddenly being 200, and effectively insta-killing squishies. Add this to the fall off bug we talked about earlier, and now you know why the Koreans keep running Hammond. A combination of these 2 bugs could be seen in the North American contenders when Panker, the Hammond player for the Gladiators Legion, pile drives onto the payload, killing a full health Phasix, who's the Lucio for NRG. So yeah boys, Hammond is OP right now, so yeah, have fun with that. Moving on to our next favorite furry, Winston. He also has a fall off bug where he apparently deals the maximum amount of damage to everyone in the radius, just how Hammond does. It seems adding Hammond into the game somehow messed up the big furry boy. But fear not ladies and gents, because all of these bugs have been fixed on the PTR. May we have a round of applause for our daddy Jeff for taking immediate action. However, it's not all fine and dandy, as the World Cup group stage in LA, which is held from September 7th to September 9th, are expected to be playing on either 1.26 or 1.27, both of which have these bugs. It's a bit concerning that abusing Hammond may become the meta in the World Cup, but looking at 1.28, it doesn't really add in any massive changes and is mainly just bug fixes, so Blizzard may be capable of porting the bug patches to whatever patch the World Cup is going to be held on. Speaking of bugs, our next video is going to cover all of Busan's bugs, so if you want to find out more about that, hit on that subscribe button. Join the notification squad to see that as soon as it's up on the channel. This has been Gloria Borga from your Overwatch, and I'll see you in the next video. What are you doing, boys?